I feel like it's a very typical response to say, you know, I joined Peace Corps to change the world. The main reason I wanted to join Peace Corps was I wanted to be in a different culture because I wanted to try and see things differently. That was one of the big motivations. I wanted to learn another language. I wanted to feel really uncomfortable. I think there's something so beautiful and human and real about the Zulus singing and dancing and the life behind that. I would love to bring that back. I've been able to go to a few ceremonies and participate in some really wonderful activities with the dancing. Weenan, or Weenan, is Afrikaans for the place of weeping. Officially became a town in 1841 when the Afrikaans came to this place after many women and children were brutally killed by the Zulus in an agreement that went bad. So they were weeping, coming to this place, and started all different kinds of farming in this area. It's really great farming land. But of course there were Zulu people living here. It's been said that, you know, apartheid really was birthed in this area. So there's just a lot of history, a lot of hatred in this place of weeping. But you could drive through Weenan and not really, you know, see a white person. I guess I saw my role here as bridging these two worlds.
Some people is used to them if you talk about HIV. Some, yes, they understand, especially the elderly. You see, the grown-up people, they say, oh, fuck, you are wasting your time. I've got my wife and I made so many kids. You come and tell me about HIV now. No, that's nonsense. Go to the youngsters.
So yesterday morning we were in an area called Gugla. So we met with the Induna there to have a focus group meeting with him and some of the men who attended our event in November. An event where the Induna trained men about HIV and AIDS transmission, prevention, condom use, HIV testing, and medical male circumcision mostly.
You see, in our own culture, we always pin the responsibility of teaching the boys to the Baba. When it comes to girls, we feel that mother is going to, you know, bring the girls up. So I cannot, as a father, and bring my daughter to come and sit here and say, look, my daughter, this is how I want you to no, it's impossible.
He seems like a natural-born leader, and I just think that it's fantastic that he has been chosen as an Induna in the area. He can communicate well with different types of people and holds this authority, but not in a powerful way, where I've seen some other leaders get obsessed with the power. So I've been really happy to work with him with this HIV education and information, which can be a sensitive topic, especially as a young female talking to an elder male about these things. You don't have to, if you don't want to tell us about testing or MMC, that's fine, but have you had any conversations from that meeting maybe with your family or any other men What have you done since that meeting with the information you learned?
Ukwazi ukuthi ngabe kukhona nontombakazi mhlambe igroup owayibiza ngayixoxela ngokuthi bekukhulunywa ngokuthi lapha yakhona mhlambe osekwenzeni. She said she didn't say anything.
I think it's a really complicated and complex history. You have to understand the history to understand how and why things are the way they are. For 50 years, you had a government that had an education system that was oppressing people. In this area in particular, the Zulus were evicted from their land. So they had their land, their homes, and their livestock taken away from them. So you look at all those things and you can understand, you begin to understand where the people are coming from, which I think you need to have understanding coming into these communities and working here. You have to. Okay. So maybe you can talk to one of the counselors and see if they'd be willing to do that. Wonderful. Also, what I wanted to say is that I'm leaving South Africa in a few weeks.
Really?
I'm finished, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been here for 3 years now, but I'll miss this place.
It's so nice working with you, really.
I'm Liz.
And I'm Hazel.
And we're the Stanleys.
I met Les and Hazel Stanley after about being here for 4 or 5 months. So they were doing some outreach work in the community, doing English education on a Friday afternoon. At their home, they have a training center. And it was so amazing because they've worked in KwaZulu Natal their whole lives. They're South African. They've worked in education and in rural areas. So they shared a lot of the same frustrations that I shared.
We went to friends for supper, and they had told us that they had discovered this young white girl living in Stenden. And yes, I remember very clearly meeting her and immediately thinking, wow, she must have something very special, especially in an area that just has this incredible history of hatred. And here's this young girl in Stenden. We were amazed. You know, for the people, because I believe that also brings healing amongst even the white people here, when they see what she's done. People who wouldn't even drive, white people wouldn't drive into Stenden because, you know, you don't drive in there, it's too dangerous. And there's this young girl living there, and suddenly people are going in there because they're seeing, you know, it's actually okay. These people are fine.
Okay, so let's pretend the water is the male sex fluid, okay? And the male is HIV positive. If he's wearing a condom, the fluid goes into the condom.
Whatever the vehicle that is being used, whether it was the HIV, whether it's the computer courses that they offer, the most important thing that she's given many of the young folk here is a hope. And she's enabled them, and she's actually empowered them to be catalysts for change.
So exactly, you pinch this so that no air can enter. So follow me. Okay? Okay? It's inside out, see? Okay, no, very good, very good. Now, can he or someone else explain, how does this protect you from HIV? Kanjan, how?
I would just like to say thank you to Peace Corps for what has been done in the country. And just say a very special thank you for Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan is just so special to us, and she's been like a daughter to us, and we're going to miss her incredibly.
For so long we're here, and we feel like we're not making any progress. We feel like we're not having any impact or influence over the people we're working with. It's not often you get people that say, hey, thanks for doing this, or you helped me with this. And that's not why you do it, but every once in a while you need that encouragement. So even just the past few weeks when I've started to tell people I'm leaving, and to hear their reactions, or to, you know, see them feel saddened by it, it's comforting in some way, as strange as that might sound, because it kind of feels like, oh, well, you did know that I was here. You did recognize that I was at least trying. You know, I might not have done everything you had wanted, but at least I really cared, and I tried really hard. So to finally feel like noticed, I guess, it means a lot, because it's really hard to keep going when you feel like no one even cares that you're here. And for a while, it feels like that. And I think you come in as a volunteer wanting to see these huge changes, but also knowing that sometimes it's in the small things. Those are where the miracles are. It's not this big idea that we have of changing the world. It starts with each and every one of us, and it's very small, but those are the big things. So I think we have to also change the way we view success.